Troup County Schools.
A place where you can learn and grow.
A place where teachers care.
A place where family and school come together.
A place where learning matters.
A place preparing students for a bright future.
Whether going to college
or into the workforce.
Troup County Schools, preparing students
for success
today.
Thank you for tuning in today. You're watching Spotlight on Education, and I'm your host, Tina Duckett, Public Relations Director for the Troup County School System. And today you are going to learn more about our wonderful school system. Joining me in the studio is Jack Mormon. Jack Mormon is the principal for Hollis Elementary School, and we are so glad that he's with us today. Welcome, Jack.
Thanks so much, Tina. Appreciate the chance to be here with you.
Oh, we're so glad you're here, and we are going to learn about Hollis and all of the wonderful happenings that will occur this coming school year.
We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great school year.
Yes, but before we do that, I know that you've been in education for a while now.
21 years.
Oh, okay, good. Well, tell us about your journey into education and becoming an administrator.
Well, I was a graduate of LaGrange College, and I had a chance to study theater there, and had a minor in history and a minor in English, and really didn't know what I wanted to do, with a lot of college kids.
That's normal, yeah.
Worked in local media here in town. I did news on the radio, and I worked for TV 33 for a little while, and I even did a little bit of nighttime DJing, making your nights just a little bit brighter. Jack in the Dark on Easy 97.5.
Oh, that's great. Well, we know who to have here next time, right? Fill in for me.
But worked at G. Mansour's for a while, was able to manage that store, but was not fulfilled. My wife and I, we got married. We're just in a time we just wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and my father over a lunch convinced me that I need to go back to school and become an educator. That day I turned in my notice, and 21 years later here I am as an administrator.
Wow. So have you always worked at the elementary level?
No, I had a chance to come in under Mr. Tom Watley. He was my first principal.
Okay.
He was also my 7th grade teacher who had paddled me on numerous occasions. So he was my first administrator. Worked at Whitesville Road Middle School. It was a middle school for an elementary.
Okay.
They're on the same campus. Was there for 3 years, taught music, taught PE, and I taught science and language arts. I taught all kinds of things at the middle school level. Many of us left that campus and started Callaway Middle School. So I was part of the first staff of Callaway Middle School. Got to teach, again, language arts, I got to taught a little bit of science, and then the computer lab for a number of years as well. I love computers. All the while, I got my master's degree during that time, got my specialist degree in administration, and then was given the opportunity to become the assistant principal at Westside Magnet School. I was there with Elaine Thompson for 5 years. We had a wonderful time there. We became a school of excellence during that time, and just a lot of wonderful experiences with that staff. Then I had the wonderful opportunity 5 years later to join Hollis as their principal. So going into my 8th year as principal at Hollis.
Oh, good, good. And I know they love you out there as we love you with the school
Appreciate
system.
it. It's a great team.
Well, yeah, speaking of your team, tell me a little bit more about who supports the operations out there.
Well, we've got 72 staff members there at Hollis. That includes our lunchroom staff, our custodial staff, our assistants, and of course some of the greatest teachers in the Southeast, or I'd say the nation. It is incredible that it is a team. Our custodial staff, they take care of our building in a special way. Before anyone goes into a classroom, before anyone hears a teacher speak, they walk in the front door and they smell the building and they see the floors, and if it's not pleasing, it's going to set up a negative connotation to that building. So they do a tremendous job of making sure that our parents feel welcome when they come in. Our secretarial staff greets parents as they come in. Again, keeps that welcoming atmosphere. We really want to have a culture where families feel comfortable to come in, join us for lunch from time to time, that sort of thing. And then our assistants do a remarkable job of supporting our teachers, and then right there on the front lines, our teachers just do a tremendous job. And of course, can't forget lunch. I was in the lunchroom today.
Right.
Just some ladies and gentlemen that do an incredible job of meeting the needs of children children. It's a lot of kids that you have to feed every day.
And it's a team. It takes a team effort. So speaking of the children, and we're off to a wonderful school year, tell us how many children are currently enrolled.
Well, we're up at about 560 right now. Now that's actually almost 20 students above what we had last year.
Okay.
As the zones changed a little bit this year, we added some communities that have joined us and some new bus routes, and we're working through those, but have had a chance to welcome a lot of new students to Hollis Hand from pre-K all the way through 5th grade. So it's been a really exciting time to bring all these new faces into the building.
Okay, do you find that the children are excited about being back from the summer break?
They are very excited, but what's funny is that I think our parents may be just as excited or more. On the first day, I was asking some parents if we have a tea and sympathy room on the first day of school.
Okay.
So parents who may be upset about bringing their child for the first time to school, we have some coffee and some danishes and things to offer them.
That's the sympathy?
That's to provide them, that it's going to be okay, and we love your child. Exactly.
Okay.
And I was inviting parents to this room, and they said, "No, that's okay. Y'all got them." They were heading off to the gym or whatever they were going for that day. But it was a wonderful start to school. We do welcome a lot of our parents on that first day to come in, walk their child to their classroom, get those pictures, and then we actually, second day, we're not we don't mind them coming in, but as we move into the 3rd and 4th day of school, thank you, we'll take them from here.
Right,
and bring
try
them
to
to
wean
school.
them away
Well,
to be
it's
the
both,
big boys and big girls.
Exactly, it's both for the parent and for the child.
Yes.
In fact, a lot of times I'll say to a child as they're standing up front, "Tomorrow, I need mom and dad to bring you through, so you tell them that you're a big boy now." I won't address the parent, I'll address the child, and the children amazingly will take care of that most of the time.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, don't go in this time. I got it. I got it. I can just hear them. So we know that Hollis Hand has a track record for academic performance and achievement. Tell us about some highlights.
Sure. Well, we're incredibly proud of the job that the teachers did and the students. We celebrate testing. It may sound like an odd thing as testing gets a bad rap from time to time, but we really celebrate the opportunity. The analogy that we use is that practice is okay, but you want to play the game. And testing is our opportunity to show people what we know. And I'm heard very often going down the hall yelling game time right before we get ready for one of these high stakes tests. We do celebrations the week before, and we try to get the children really excited about the idea that they get to show off what they know. And they did this past year. As I think about the big three of reading and language arts and math, our reading scores, we had 96% of our kids in 3rd grade meet or exceed, which is in 3rd grade, of course, that's a benchmark year, so they've got to pass to go to 4th.
Right.
We had some students that did have to go, that 4% went to summer school, and of that 4%, they all passed.
Oh,
so really it's 100%,
It's 100%
of the 3rd graders.
Wow.
Now, here's the one that really amazes me, though. 76% of those students exceeded the CRCT.
Wonderful.
So it's one thing to have almost all of your kids pass the first time, but also that over 70% of them are exceeding. Just a tremendous job. And that's not just a 3rd grade accomplishment. That's a kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade accomplishment, because it takes all the hard work that begins from pre-K above to lead them into those strong scores that we have in just 3rd grade. And of course, 3rd grade does an amazing job, but it is, going back to the team
collaborative effort.
Huge. The vertical planning is a big part of what we do. 4th grade, 99% of the students that either met or exceeded, with 60% exceeding.
Wow.
Just thrilled with their scores. In 5th grade, 95% of the students meeting or exceeding. So tremendous job with the reading program. They do a great job. Our parents have supported us through our AR Accelerated Reader. It's just been a wonderful year for reading. The language arts, which ties in so strongly into that, dramatic scores, 96% in 3rd grade, 95% in 4th grade, and then 99% in 5th grade. So above 95% all the way down in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade in the language arts. Then the math. And I don't know if people really realize we completely changed curriculums in our math last year.
And that's huge. People don't have any idea what goes into the changing of standards.
We
and
used to be
lessons.
under what's called the QCCs, the Quality Core Curriculum. And about probably 10 years ago or so, we changed to GPS, Georgia Performance Standards. Well, now we're under the Common Core Performance Standards. And when we went from QCC to GPS, most of our scores took a 15 to 20 point hit. You may have been at 95%, but then you were at 85 or below the next year, simply as we were trying to get a handle on our scores. Going into this, we had some worries going into next year, this past year. We wanted to make sure our curriculum was set and we were ready to go. Had great support by our central staff and also our coaches. The curriculum coaches who work with all the elementary schools did a tremendous job of preparing us, getting us ready, letting us know what to expect as we were getting ready for that test, and it showed. We had really no drop at all. Third grade, again, it just shined so much. 93% of the students meeting or exceeding, with 73% exceeding.
Wow.
Then we
and
had,
that's in math.
That's in math.
That's in math.
92% of our fourth graders, they actually improved almost 12 percentage points from the previous year with the new curriculum. 42% of those exceeding, and then our fifth grade math, again, which is a benchmark pass-fail year, 93% that were meeting or exceeding, and then 54% exceeding.
Wow.
So just a remarkable job by, again, the entire team, but even from a central standpoint.
Yes.
Our curriculum coaches just, again, did a marvelous job of helping us to follow that curriculum to make sure that we're meeting the right benchmarks, that we're ready to go to be ready for that big high-stakes test in the CRCT.
And that's a key component.
Mm-hmm.
And another key component to student success would be parental involvement, wouldn't you say?
Golly, it is one of the things that I just celebrate every day. About people ask me during the summer, are you looking forward to the kids coming back? I said, yes. I'm looking for the kids and the parents to be a part of the building. We are so blessed with an incredible parent base in really all of our communities that feed into Hollis Hand. My father had a saying, people love people who love their kids. Mm-hmm. And I've really taken that to heart, and our teachers have as well. And parents like coming to our building, and they don't mind coming to a parent-teacher conference. They don't mind being involved in some of the things that are going on, because they know that at the root of what we do, our teachers do care about their children.
Yes.
And it really shows it, not just when we have our, throughout the year, especially in our early grades, we have parent conferences that are set up where we bring in the parents, we go over the portfolio of work that the child has done. Almost 100% of our parents come by and are part of those. Sometimes we offer rides even if we need to. If someone's struggling with transportation, we'll go get them and bring them onto the school so that they can have that moment with the teacher to learn what's going on. But the other part of that, the parental involvement, just at the academic side, is a big piece, but also our PTO is remarkable. They have a substantial budget. They're able to work together through fundraising to help us in the business of school.
So they're active. They're active
wow.
PTO.
Not just, we have a great PTO board which meets once a month, but then we have just tons, hundreds of parents that are directly involved in what goes on at Hollis Hand, from volunteering to work and read in classrooms during the school day to so many of our programs. We'll have a bingo night here, or a fall festival here, or of course we're right in the middle we're about to begin our fall fundraiser with the wrapping paper and stuff like that.
Okay.
They're just so willing to participate and be a part of what we do. We have days that we call duty-free lunch, where the parents will come in and they'll actually, with me, man the cafeteria. And there'll be a parent at every table monitoring the kids, helping them open their milk, all the things that the teachers would normally do. The teachers actually get to go into the teacher workroom in a quiet environment. They've got candles on the table, and they provided some beautiful desserts, and they get to actually sit and have a quiet meal.
Yes, and that's important, to take care of the people who are taking care of the children.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's just, just taking an hour out of their day to come in and be a part of that. And it's moms and dads. I want to make sure people know that you don't have to be just a mom to be part of PTO. We love our dads that come in and participate with all the different things that we do as well. But just this school year, as we've gotten started, they've given money to teachers for supplies in their classroom. During our Meet the Teacher Day, it's hard to get away to have lunch because you're meeting with parents all day long. They provided a beautiful lunch for our teachers, so they didn't have to leave the building. They could come in and had it catered there. Just even as we get into the early parts of our year, there's so many evidences of the way our PTO takes care of our staff and our students too. We have a high participation rate by the parents. And Kim Skiff is our PTO president this year, and she leads a tremendous team in meeting the needs of the teachers and the students and the rest of Hollis Hand. One more piece I just have to remember. We have had a wonderful playground for a number of years, and a few years ago they decided that it was time for Hollis Hand to have another one, and they had placed some money in a CD, and that matured, and we were able to build a brand new playground on the side of Hollis Hand that everybody gets to participate in. And that's, I think, one of the watchwords of our PTO is that they want to do things that everyone gets to enjoy.
Good.
And they don't like to specify a small group, but they really want to make sure that everyone feels the effect of all the parents working together.
Yes.
And it really makes a difference in what we do.
And that's important, and I'm glad that you shared that so that our parents will know to become engaged in school.
Oh, golly.
And the PTO is one avenue to do that.
And there are tons of different ways. And a lot of times we may not call. We may not say, hey, we need your help with X, Y, or Z. But we need the parents to touch base with us, say, hey, I really wanted to do something. Well, come on in. We'll put you through the volunteer protocol, and we'll have you reading with, there's nothing better than reading with kindergarten students.
Right.
My goodness gracious.
That's rewarding.
They're
in and of
amazingly
itself,
receptive and love to have people come to the room. It's like it's almost a party when someone that they don't know comes in.
Right.
And that'll be the first thing they'll talk about with their parents. We had a visitor today.
And it teaches that the community cares. Not just the people who are supposed to care, but other folks in the community have wrapped their arms around education and embraced the children.
You're exactly right. And it is so fun to see both the parents' eyes light up to realize that they're making an impact on the kids' lives, but also the kids to realize that someone that didn't have to be there was there.
Exactly. Well, tell us about, we're talking about wrapping arms around children, but you're teaching children to wrap their arms around the community through your school outreach. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, a couple of years ago, we began to look at who comes to Hollis, what communities feed into Hollis, and just kind of ask ourselves some questions about how much participation is that community able to be a part of, and as we do different events. And we thought about our fall festivals, we thought about those things after school that lead people to our school, and we realized that in a lot of cases there's some families and communities that didn't have rides, maybe didn't have really money to participate with different things, and we realized that those kids and families want to be a part of an event too. And so what we decided to do 2 years ago is pick a community, and in this case we picked the Tall Pines Apartments, and a large number of students that come to us from that area, and we did a fall festival there.
Now, what's a fall festival?
Well, a fall festival, you usually think of around the Halloween time. You've got pumpkins and slides and cakewalks and hot dogs and all that kind of thing. And people come in, and typically we do a large one at Hollis, and we have a silent auction, and we have tickets that you buy to participate in the different games, and it's a beautiful fundraising event. But we realized that these parents weren't getting to come to that. So we decided, we got a lot of vendors and friends that helped us out. And we went there and put on a full festival. It was actually the week after Halloween there at Tall Pines. We had a two-story slide that was there, inflatable slide for the boys and girls. We had a cakewalk. We had music for dancing. All of the sorts of things, face painting that you'd have at a standard carnival or fall festival, we had there at Tall Pines. And we were able to do the whole thing at no cost to the people that came. So free hot dogs, free hamburgers, chips, drinks, everything there was free. And it was really neat to watch the boys and girls kind of peek out at first, look around.
Like, who is this for?
Exactly. And we of course, had advertised it and put flyers up. But sometimes you see things, you're not really sure what they mean. And then they run back and tell some friends, and then more would come and run back. And we finally made an announcement that what we're doing here is our chance to serve you, the community.
Oh, wow.
And everything here is free. And within about 30 minutes, we had probably 150 people there in the courtyard at Tall Pines. We did the Cupid Shuffle and the Cha-Cha Slide, and we danced and had just a great time with the boys and girls and their families. I had one mom, she came to me, and interestingly enough, she'd been in my office the week before and had not been very happy with me.
Okay, that happens.
That happens sometimes. But she said, Mr. Mormon, no church, no civic club has ever been to Tall Pines.
Oh.
And that we were one of the first ones that ever come and done something like that.
A school
or really for any group, for a school to come.
Yeah.
Because what we tend to think about is that you come to school, but now school is coming to them.
Yes.
As we went into last year, we began to look at where we wanted to go for that year, and we realized that our Hispanic population had grown. We've got a lot of students that have come in and have joined us. And we thought this is another probably underrepresented at our festivals group. So we were able to work with that community and found a large area in one of the Hispanic communities. And we went in and put on a fall festival for them. And we were able to plug into their music, and we had, again, inflatables and hot dogs and everything. And it was just a beautiful day. With we had translations for us, for them, and so everybody kind of understand. But it was another beautiful day and a chance to really celebrate that connection between home and school that takes place.
What are the benefits of doing that? If we have viewers who are watching, so why would you teach this? Why is this a component of
one,
your
it's about
culture?
service.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the most important things we can teach any child is that we need to be in service to each other. We need to be able to take care of each other. And you know, a lot of times if a tray falls in the lunchroom, I'm always feel good when I see 5 or 6 kids come to help them pick that up and be a part of that. And in our communities, it kind of opens up the barrier between school and home. A lot of people may not have had a great school experience when they were a kid. Depending on what community they're from. And plus, if you're also new to our country, you may not know what to expect in a school.
Right.
But by coming to them, it opens up that door.
Yes.
It lets them know that we're now connected to you.
Family friendly.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we're a part of your community. It makes the parents help them to get to know us. Their eyes are opened and they say, oh, well, that's Mr. Mormon, that's Dr. Bell. Dr. Hannah Bell's our instructional specialist. Those are the people that they can connect to and then bring trust their children with, and also bring any issues that might be going on too. So it teaches service, and it gets us out into the community and lets them know we love your kids enough for us to take our Saturday and be there in your community.
And I was going to ask about that, and this is on a Saturday, and your staff?
Probably about 30, 40 teachers are usually able to come and be a part of that. And they're getting no overtime pay. There's nothing. This is just volunteer time on their part. And they tend to bring their kids and their families, and it just makes it even more of a joyous celebration.
Good, good. And I know as the time is winding down here in our program, and I'm so glad you made it out today, but I do want to hear more about your school plays. I know that you are involved in the arts. I think you do some singing and playing instruments yourself. So share about the school plays that take place.
A tradition at Hollis is to do grade level plays. And that's been a wonderful opportunity that each grade from kindergarten all the way through 5th grade, sometime during the year, performs a show. They're shows that we do one at Christmas, we do one around Thanksgiving. They're just spread out through the year. And it's a chance for the children to dress up in a costume, get up on stage and do a line. And it's really much more than just the simple thought of I'm on stage and I do a line. These are the things that we remember about being in elementary school. I don't remember the test I had, even though it was important. I don't remember the worksheet or the thing that I did to help me learn the information for the test. But I remember when I stood in front of all the parents and all the school, and I said my line, or I sang my song, or I did my dance, and then I was able to walk back without falling down back to my place on the stand. And it is a chance for cooperation. It's amazing when you can get 100 or so kindergartners all moving at the same way, at the same time, that they are able to come off the stage and go back to their risers. It is about camaraderie, working together, supporting each other, and it's also about overcoming one of the greatest fears we have as human beings, and that is to be in front of an audience. To say that I know I've had a chance to be in front of a large group of people and I can do it. These are, again, really important things, and also it tends to tie directly to our curriculum. It is not something that's just done willy-nilly on the outside. These are things that are important, that the kids are actually learning something from the content of the play. 4th grade, it is about medieval times and King Arthur, and that's actually something they study it's a part of the curriculum. So it is just a wonderful opportunity. Plus, it brings in our arts and music program. Robin Treadwell and Mr. Davis, Jay Davis, have had a chance to work with sets and the music, and so it's a collaborative effort of everybody to put these things on. And it is an exciting part of the school year.
And so when can we look forward to the first play?
Well, we're still getting school started. So
okay, excited.
We'll probably end of September, 1st of October, we'll be looking for our first play. October, to be honest, I don't really remember which one's coming around, but it'll be probably 1st or 2nd grade. There'll be one of those early plays. Okay, and are there other upcoming events that you'd like to share with our audience that maybe they can attend? Of course, the first big one that as I think about is our 2 nights of open house. We broke our open house into a night for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and a night for kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd, because parents sometimes have children in both grades. They want to be able to go to both of them. So the 27th of this month will be our open house for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. We'll have we'll be talking about our Title I program and how much they support our schools. And then on that Thursday, we'll have our kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd open house. The teachers will be there. Again, we'll meet together, share expectations of our school year, and bring us all together for those 2 nights.
Well, thank you again, Jack Mormon, principal of Hollis Elementary School. Again, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for watching. And remember to follow us on Facebook, Troup County School System. And as always, until next time, make it a great day.